Got it!
To get a job, it was just like so
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Gallagher, say you are Gallagher. Gallagher, say you are Gallagher. Game off.
So, to be expected, lost today, as once again predicted after the Rotherham game. It just seemed obvious that we were going to lose today, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, the win-loss sequence carries on in full effect. So I'm convinced we are winning on Saturday now, although our away record is absolutely shambolic, to be honest, looking at it now. We've only scored 4 goals away from home, 3 of those being against Swansea, and 1 of those being against Blackpool. In every single other game we've played away this season, we haven't even registered a goal, what is shocking, to be honest, considering we've played, 6-7 times away from home now, something like that. Not good enough at all. So I expect us to bounce back on Saturday, to be honest with you, but I guess time will tell. But obviously that means, in a week's time we've got Sunderland at home, so if that does continue we will be losing to Tony Mowbray's Sunderland, which, wouldn't be great, to say the least, and would turn more than a few fans if we were to lose that game, I'm sure. But anyway, in terms of today's game, just absolutely toothless, to be honest. Same old shit again, really. Don't decide to play the first half. They were absolutely all over us, as pretty much every single game other than Blackpool away. We've been rubbish in the first half. Just don't turn up, really. And a calamity at the back from Wharton, nearly give them a goal. Not really much else to say about the first half, to be honest. It was pretty boring, as many halves have been this season for Rovers, unfortunately. You may as well only bother turning up at half time, it seems, to be honest. Second half, we come out like a house on fire, as we always do. 45 to 70th minute. That's when we decide for some reason to pull our finger out and take the game to teams. So fair play to JDT, must have a good half-time team talk, but it'd be appreciated if they could play like that for at least some of the first half as well, because at this point in time we're only seeing a third of good football from this team, because the last 70 till stoppage time is usually dross, and the first half is usually dross. So yeah, slightly infuriating. I saw the lineup today and I thought, is he really going to play Hurst on the wing? I thought, surely not. Surely he's going to play Smodic there. Smodic got his goal and his assist against Rotherham from the wing. Surely he won't do a Mowbray and play another 6'4" striker on the wing. but lo and behold, he did. And he was even worse than Gallagher on the wing. I said to my pal, I said, how many times do you reckon he's played on the wing in his career? And he probably never has. And we're playing in the Championship, one of the most competitive leagues, when local derby, and we're playing a striker on the wing, and he just looked clueless. And it's nothing to knock against Hurst. He isn't meant to be running the fucking channels and putting balls in and stuff. He's your target man. We're playing the ball into feet to Smodic, and he's losing it every fucking time because he's tiny. He's like a little hobbit, and he's got these big bloody centre backs who are a foot taller than him on his back, and every single time he's going down, or every single time he's losing the ball, and we just have absolutely no threat down the middle because we've got someone who should be on the wing in the middle and someone who's a striker in the wing. If you have Hurst down the middle, play the ball to his feet, he'll hold it up. We've seen that in a couple of games this season. He's all right at holding the ball up. He can head a ball, unlike the donkey that come on for him. Just infuriating. I can't understand the tactics at all. I can't understand why he's doing it, other than the fact Smodic can run and he wants someone pressing down the middle. But Gallagher and Hurst can run. Neither of them are lazy. They can run the bollocks off down the middle. So it's just absolute mayhem. It's stupid, idiotic tactics, and everyone can bloody see it. So I'd love to know his reason why. It was so infuriating. Then second half, Hurst stays on the pitch somehow. Smodic gets dragged off. Dolan comes on. And it was to be expected that it would be the same again. Dolan down the middle and Hurst on the wing. And it was. And then Hedges is also took off at half-time. Someone who should be on the wings, not at fucking right wing back. He's not a right wing back. He's so one-footed, it's unbelievable. And you're playing him on the right when he's fucking left-footed. So he's having to cut in as a right wing back. Just stupid. If you're going to play Hedges in a wing back role, at least play fucking Britton and drop Pickering, because Pickering's been shit all season. Well, I just don't get it. Absolute lunacy to me. Hedges has got the most assists for us this season, yet we're playing him deep in bloody defence. It's not like we're at home where we can be that bit more ambitious playing a winger at wing back, because we know we're at home, we're going to have a bit of the ball, this, that and the other. We're away at the DW Stadium in a hostile environment against Wigan, and we're chucking a winger in at wing back and expecting him to play well. He had an absolute stinker that half, and that's why he got dragged off at half-time. So, worst game from Hedges, probably in a Rovers shirt, to be honest with you. Hurst is then dragged off 10 minutes later, what's pretty embarrassing for him, because, he could have been subbed off at half-time, but he's given 10 minutes to try and impress, and quite clearly couldn't, because he's on the fucking wing. And then another donkey comes and replaces him on the wing, who added absolutely nothing. Don't understand why the fans were getting excited for Gallagher to come on. Maybe they just don't like Hurst that much because he missed a penalty. But, I mean, it was obvious to me Gallagher was coming on and doing nothing, as he always does. Dolan goes down the middle. A game that just didn't suit him at all. Coming up against these big brutes who just go through him. Just useless. Diaz had a shot when he should have passed, and then after that proceeded to pass every time he should have shot. There was a good 4 or 5 times he could have quite easily had a shot at goal and just decided to pass it. But he just needs to take those on by himself, because no fucker else is going to score. It's embarrassing how toothless we are up front with the amount of options we've got. And like I said, we've only managed to score 4 times away from home this season, 3 of them being in one match. And then Morton gives away the goal, which, I've said on Facebook, on a post, I said, this is to be expected when you're forcing the team to play a style of football which half the players aren't comfortable with, because it's not his team yet. A lot of it is still Mowbray's team. You're forcing them to play a style of football they don't and can't play. Just look at Travis, for example. He is crumbling under this system. He looks half the player he was under Mowbray. Ayala, look at him against Cardiff. Absolutely shocking in that back four because he can't handle the system. And when you're playing young players on the pitch, you're playing kids essentially. And, any experienced pro would have just kicked that out for a throw-in or kicked it out for a corner, not decided to walk into his own box with the ball and basically freeze. And especially when he's someone who is scrawny, can't hold the ball up, and it was obvious that someone was going to be breathing down his neck and dispossessing him, So he reacted well, fair play to him, which JDT has commented on. Once he makes a mistake, he's not afraid to get his head up, carry on doing what he's doing. And to be honest, he did have a good game after that. He was the only person really finding any passes, really causing any sort of threats for us. But, that's not saying much because we didn't really have any threat, to be honest, after that. But he was the only one at least trying to get us back into the game. But it's such a shame for him to give away such a sloppy goal in which we didn't deserve to concede. Wigan didn't deserve a goal. Rather, should have ended 0-0. Neither team should have got a goal, to be honest with you. A very boring match. And the streak against Wigan continues. Dak comes on. You kind of think it's written in the stars, maybe, that he comes on and gets the goal against the team which he got injured against, the team that were jeering him off as he got stretchered off the pitch. But he just doesn't look at it. He doesn't look match fit. And I question whether that's because he needs more time on the pitch, but it's time we can't afford him when he's playing this poorly. Like the ball into him, which is the only real thing I note that he was involved in. The ball into him and he just miscontrols it and he goes out for a goal kick. It's just poor. It's really poor, and it's sad to see at this point that he's a shadow of his former self. So I hope he sorts himself out and can somehow manage to fight his way back into this team, but I can't see it. So I just hope he gets the right move. I would not be shocked if he left this January. And if not this January, then definitely next summer, because he's clearly not happy. He's liking tweets on Twitter. People saying, he deserves so much more time, this, that and the other. Which maybe he does, but, you can't be going off like 2-3 years ago now. That's how long it's been, and he's not that man anymore. And I think it's clear to see. I think we'd be better off having Buckley on the bench at this point over him, to be honest with you. It just, every single time he's come on, just hasn't done anything. He's done things in the League Cup, fair play to him, but at the end of the day, he's played against two League Two sides in the League Cup. So, it's one of those. And another substitution, Adam Wharton comes on. Doesn't really do much, doesn't really get enough time to make an impact on the game, to be honest. He, struggled, to be fair. But the entire team struggled today, to be honest with you. Scott Wharton, I think it's probably one of the poorer games for sure I've seen from him in a Rovers shirt. Midfield, Travis, awful again. Just sloppy and just always taking the easy pass. And, I don't think it's him taking the easy pass as much as it is him just not having the ability to find people, because he just can't pass a ball. He's not a Tyler Morton. He's not going to spray the ball, or a Callum Bretton, who we saw some brilliant passes off today when he come on, and he needs to be starting because he was a breath of fresh air when he come on. Really proved a point when he come on, spraying the ball. Got stuck in at one point when Wigan won a counter and come in and nick the ball off someone by sliding into him. Brilliant off the bench, and was a big, middle finger to JDT saying, don't fucking keep me on the bench again and play a right winger in my position. Brilliant from him when he come on. So, yeah, Travis, poor again today. I don't think he's had a good game, to be honest with you, since he last scored, which was Swansea. And then, as we've touched on up front, Smodic, Hurst look lost. But can you blame them? They're not in their positions. They're being asked to do things they're not comfortable with. Shocking, both of them. Dolan, Gallagher, both shocking. But again, not in the positions they're asked to be in. And Diaz, just wrong decision making today. But, you know, he was the only sort of couple chances we had, half chances. You can't even call them chances. So yeah, definitely one to forget about today. Move on to Saturday. We have a decent record against Middlesbrough through the history books. So hopefully we can turn our luck around, get a decent result at the Riverside. And then, yeah, bring it on. Tony Moore will be coming back to Ewood next Tuesday. Definitely be an interesting occasion. So, yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. Not much of it, because there weren't really much to vlog, to be honest. From a Rovers point of view, that's for sure. Even from a Wigan point of view. Like I said, it was a very dull match, to be honest. And definitely one to forget. And not a result I'm at all surprised about. But yeah, let's forget about this and move on. Cheers for watching.